All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the Juices Loose podcast number 99. We're one away from the 100th episode, so I'm excited. But we got a topic that's not near and dear to my heart, but everyone else here's they're caught in the Pokemon Go craze, so we'll talk about that and a few other things beforehand, and then get your questions. And yeah, let's do introductions. Hailing from his vacation in Florida, we got Ms. T. I want to thank you for joining, even though you're, not at home. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I thought this was 100. That's why I'm here. This is 99. I'm out of here, man. No, I'm kidding. What's up, guys? Yes, I'm here. Social reject of the year. Coming to the podcast on my vacation. It's the last night of my vacation, so. But yeah, let's get it going.
How's Florida?
It's awesome down here. Yeah, you sweat just kind of sitting around, but I'm used to it.
All right, next up, the Insane Game Freak. What's up?
What? Oh, my bad.
He doesn't know his own name anymore.
No, my sister walked in. I was trying to get her out, so I wasn't paying attention. No, hey, everybody. What's going on? As we keep with tradition of the podcast of us never starting on time, the 100 podcast will be 2 hours late, so don't expect that shit anytime soon.
And it might be on Tuesday, depending on when Robert's going to be available. So
see, I was right. I predict the future.
Yeah, it might be 24 hours late. But,
24.
Excuse the kid here. He's on a VR high right now, so just try to keep it, try to stay as calm as you possibly can. And
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what it is, VR porn? I don't know.
Yeah, VR high. Yeah. I think. So what's up, Robert?
How's it going, everybody? It's Robert of Gaming with Me, and video games, VR, yes.
We may have time to talk about VR in this one, but if not, we'll discuss it in a later podcast. And then last but not least, returning to the Juices Loose for probably it's been 6 months. So Brownie, he can rest easy now because back on the podcast is Shelfie. What's up?
Hi, not much. I don't know. I've just been trying to Pokemon Go all day, but it's hard living in the middle of nowhere. Doesn't work sometimes. A lot of the time.
Yeah, we'll discuss the pros and cons of the launch when we get to that. But I thought since this past Saturday I had an epic game night playing Smash Brothers. I thought we could just go over some games we've been playing lately, and obviously Shelfie hasn't been on in forever, so I'll let you go last, and I have a few topics specifically for you. So let's start with Terrell. I know your Tokyo Mirage Sessions addiction's real, but what else have you been playing?
I finally picked the Fire Emblem Fates again after like a week. I was playing that earlier. We played Smash that Saturday. Yeah, it's mainly just been Tokyo Mirage Sessions. I got like 40, 50 hours into the game. I finally got my entire squad now. Now I'm just doing side missions and winning the hearts of my fellow fighters of Mirages and whatnot. So it's been good. Oh, and obviously Pokemon Go.
Yeah, I figured that goes without saying. Yeah. How about you, Ms. T? I know you've been on vacation. Did you bring your 3DS along? Have you been?
But of course, what kind of game we're gonna leave his 3DS at home? Planet Robobot. I finally started playing Link Between Worlds. I've had it forever and never got around to playing it, and now I'm playing that too.
What do you think so far?
I love it. I'm kind of mad that I waited so long. But like I said, one of the reasons I waited so long because I wanted to go through A Link to the Past again, and that never really worked out. So I was just like, let me start playing this game now. So yeah, I got into that. It's awesome. If you have a 3DS, you don't have that game, you're out of your mind. Between Worlds was awesome, and a little bit of Pokemon Go today actually. Got into it today, and I think that's pretty much it. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll go next. Basically, I've been playing Smash Brothers and Mario Maker. I got like 10 hours each in that game, or in each game so far this month, and then a couple hours in Xenoblade Chronicles X. And yeah, we played Smash for like 6 hours on Saturday night. Robert, Terrell, myself, and Red Knight. And I just have to say, Rob, you son of a bitch.
You're a piece of shit.
He was
You're a
Rob.
piece of shit, you know that?
He was Rob the
Rob
Robot
is the man.
probably 90% of the time, and he won almost every match. And it was annoying as hell.
Don't
As
forget
Rob the
Juice.
Robot?
Yeah.
Yeah, but don't forget Juice kept falling off the stage for no reason.
Yeah.
Well, he kept trying to spike me, so I was just panicking.
No.
And kept doing it.
That's an excuse. That man was
I
struggling.
haven't fallen off the stage like that in a long time. But yeah, it was one of those.
Little Mac? Who'd you have?
I was
No, it
a
was
bunch
like
of different
multiple-
characters.
Bayonetta, Lucina.
But he was
He didn't
just.
know what he was doing. It's like he got scared. Robert was putting the fear in
He
that.
was. That
He had
spike
to
with
change the whole
Rob.
game plan.
Yeah, Rob's spike was so devastating. I tried anything to avoid it and ended up falling off. Almost probably half the matches I had at least one death that was my fault from not being able to recover. But yeah, it was fun, and I played literally for 7 hours and 20 minutes nonstop Saturday night, and then these guys joined me later, and it's just we'll talk about this a little, once everyone's gone, just about how some games they just seem to last forever, and in some games you play once and you're done, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. Robert, I know you went and tried the VR.
Yeah.
I guess if you want to just quickly just say what you played and then any other games you've been playing.
Alright, so obviously I did play VR. I played the VR Worlds, which is the London Heist, and also the underwater Shark Tank sort of thing. I played this soccer game called Headmaster. I played Eve Valkyrie. I played this Super Hypercube, and I played tank battles, some kind of tank battle thing. All of them are fantastic, and I love it. VR is amazing. I'll talk about it later in more depth, I guess. But then, again, of course, played Smash, and it was amazingly amazing for me. And I played some Splatoon with Red Knight afterwards when you guys left. We ended at like 4:30. That's when I left. And it's funny because Juice said at the last match was 1 a.m. 2 hours later, we're still playing. It's amazing. I mean, Smash is addicting.
Yeah, I said one more game for at least 2.5 hours after every match.
Because you were so distraught from all those.
I was saying, Juice lied so much that night it was ridiculous.
Yeah.
But it was all the sweeter when I finally got that victory with Wii Fit Trainer.
That was one victory. It was one.
Sometimes that's all it takes, man. When you're in a slump like that. That one victory.
But it was a ton of fun, And then I also keep playing Paper Mario. I'm in love with that game. But since I went to Florida too, I wasn't able to play for like 5 days. But I also did play some Overwatch again. People, I'm telling you, pick up Overwatch. It's still a ton of fun. And
It does look fun though.
I think that's it. Yeah,
That's it?
it.
Jeez. Should play some more games.
Blacking off.
But,
All right, so Shelfie, it's been, like I said, like 6 months. I'm sure you've played many games since then. So instead of getting your rundown of recent games, I thought I'd get your impressions of Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild first and foremost, because I don't think you've made a video talking about it, or if you did,
I didn't
missed
talk about it specifically. I mean, I talked about it in like a mini E3 favorites thing that I did, but that was about it.
So I know that you love Link, but I don't know what your experience is with the Zelda games. So what were your thoughts on Breath of the Wild from a little more of a casual perspective, I guess?
Yeah, I'm still trying to like gain experience or whatnot, but I was really surprised by how much the items focus was, and like how it's very specific, I guess is a good way to put it. How like the cooking and then the items breaking. So I really have to like plan ahead, which I'm not sure I'm going to be all that great at doing that. So
Are you-
if
are you-
my Link like dies in a field somewhere, I don't think I'd be surprised.
Are you excited for the open world nature of it, or would you rather have more of the linear styles that Zelda's have been, where it kind of guides you where to go a little bit more, or a lot more actually?
I mean, it looks really nice, the open world. I hope there's like at least a little bit of guidance. Like, I don't really care if Navi is on my shoulder being like, yo, do this. But, like I don't know. 'Cause I'm just still kind of new to this, but it should be nice, the overworld or the open world. I don't really have anything against it, really.
All right, so did you watch like the Treehouse, or did you try to stay away from spoilers? Where do you fall in that camp?
I watched part of the treehouse, but it was going like all day, so I missed a good chunk in the middle of the day. I don't know, I was out doing something, and then I came back to it eventually. I mean, I'm not really too concerned for spoilers, I don't think. I think that would just get me more excited to play it for some reason.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things where they have to show the game to people know what it is and how it plays, you know. So
Yeah.
I think I watched at least 20 hours of footage total just
Oh,
on that game.
damn.
So yeah, I'm kind of a addict with that game. But the more important question that I have for you is the Link character model. How are you feeling about his character model, the art style, and then I asked you to think about your favorite Links from a hotness standpoint.
Yeah.
Because I know she's a fan.
Yeah.
Future husband.
He is. He's such a beautiful husbando, an icon of art. He's so wonderful. I just can't. I love the character model. He's gorgeous. Nice legs, man. Yeah.
Robert likes him too. So.
Likes him in the buff.
Yeah, he likes him in briefs, boxer briefs.
I know. See, it's wonderful to have him in boxer briefs.
Well,
and
it was
people are
hilarious
like,
when he was first naked. I was like, oh my God, he's naked. I'm like, never mind.
Except he wasn't naked, but
He wasn't naked.
Robert
Robert,
thought he was.
You're the only straight man I know, Robert, who gets it over naked.
It's hilarious though.
Yeah, he was getting excited when they were showing. I don't know if it was in the trailer, but camera was panning.
It's
He's
the trailer.
Introduction.
he's naked.
Treehouse. Yeah.
So
Swimming nude.
for me, this is the best. My favorite Link character design overall and art style for the game. So that's why I thought to ask you. And having a female perspective, I just thought it'd be interesting to hear your thoughts of what Links you think are the best looking.
the best looking. Okay. Let me.
Break it down for us.
I took like top 5 games. Well, I couldn't put them in order, but I chose 5 games where the Links are looking fine, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh boy, do I.
So obviously, yes, Breath of the Wild. I picked him because he's in his underwear, and like, what could be better? I'm also liking the ponytail in the back. I don't know. It's cute. It's adorable. Twilight Princess Link, too, yeah. I feel like he'd be like that hipster off in a corner standing somewhere, like pouting, which is adorable. Skyward Sword Link, he's beautiful, too. I feel like he's that guy that's like outgoing, popular at school, I guess. And then
Wow, she's like got like characteristic.
I was thinking that
things
Skyward
going.
Sword was the guy who would listen, and be there for you.
yeah,
Listen.
totally. I could see that. And then the Hyrule Warriors Link. I really like his eyes. They just like sparkle and just glitter. It's beautiful.
To me, the Hyrule Warriors Link is almost the most feminine looking. Like
Really?
Yeah.
He probably
he
is, yeah.
looks like my cousin Elizabeth, like really close.
Which is funny because I've heard so many people gush over Hyrule Warriors Link. People love that design for some reason.
That scarf,
Like
though,
women.
I don't know.
Ladies.
Ladies and Robert. So
That scarf is very hipster. By the way.
yeah. So where does the Wind Waker Link fall in there? Because
I think that might be pedophilia, man.
Yeah, that's
Toon Link is my child, okay? Toon Link is adorable baby child. He's my
Okay.
child.
Yeah,
I'm not. He's. You can't be attracted to Toon Link. You can think he's adorable, but I don't know about attraction to Toon Link.
Well, Robert can be attracted to the Inkling, so
You can
Well,
also
you
be
know,
attracted to Mena, which is weird.
interspecial things going on here.
Well, think about it. 'Cause Inklings now are probably like 15 now, right? So,
Oh, that makes such a difference,
I'm
bro.
just saying, they get older by age every year, man.
He's been putting their lives
So
together
do
for a
you.
while.
So do
can
you,
tell.
Robert.
you get older and the Inklings stay the same age.
God
That's how it
damn
works.
it.
That's why it turns into pedophilia out there. So.
Oh my goodness.
So did you have another Link? There's not too many games left that are have 3D character models that you can actually see Link.
Oh, Smash 4 was my other
Oh.
game because he's looking fine in that game, but that doesn't really count.
That's the Twilight Princess Link, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. But yeah,
Yeah.
no, those were my favorites. My
All right.
favorite models.
What about Wolf Link?
Well, that's bestiality. That's a whole other ball game.
Yeah.
I don't know. That Twilight Princess Link walks like he has a board stuck to his back.
I thought you were gonna say stuck in his ass. But okay.
I guess that too, then.
Oh God.
Yeah, Twilight or the Wolf Link's her pet, and Toon Link's her son, and then Breath of the Wild or
My question is, who's Toon Link's father then? That's my question.
Good question.
I don't know.
Shulk?
Maybe the Sea
Well,
of Red
Shelf,
Lion.
you ain't know. You're the mother.
He's a virgin. He doesn't have a father.
She's got to narrow down the list to come up.
Yeah, gotta think about who in my Smash 4 harem is the father.
So here's the big question:
What?
Link or Shulk? If you had to pick one.
Uh-oh.
Dude,
Oh, man.
no.
She says
No,
no.
I refuse to pick.
What about Link and his boxer briefs from Breath of the Wild, or Shulk and his boxer briefs in Smash 4?
He's got more of a six-pack going on.
I know I was like, Shulk been working out, man.
Oh,
Yeah,
does he,
yeah,
Robert?
muscles.
True.
Flipping that big ass sword.
I didn't notice, but
I can't choose.
You
You
have
know I
to.
can't choose these things. No, I do not. They're
She
both
wants them both.
mine. Yeah,
After
I
playing
pick
Xenoblade-
both.
I'd say after playing Xenoblade Chronicles, I like Shulk even less than I do from Smash 4.
Damn.
Jesus,
How
what?
dare you?
He annoys me. I don't like him.
I'm really feeling it, man.
running him under the
I'm really
coals.
feeling it.
Yeah, he's just like, tell people that you can see the future. Why are you hiding it? You're getting people, putting their lives on the line, keeping these secrets.
Yeah, he's a big rat.
I guess so. I never thought about that. But yeah.
Well, I haven't
But,
played the rest of the game, so I don't know.
Final question. How do you feel about this? There should be an option for a female Link. As a female gamer, do you feel like you need a female Link?
I don't feel the need to play a female Link because I would probably play as male Link anyway because I want to admire male Link, but if people want a female Link, I don't see the problem with that. I can't even talk today. I apologize. Yeah, but no, I mean, I don't feel the need, but I don't see a problem with it, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like we've said I think we said in this podcast a few different times, like, Link's such an established character now, I think it'd just be weird to throw in a female version unless it's a completely separate character. But it's interesting to hear you'd rather, see Link as you're playing the game, just like when I play, like, Tomb Raider, I would rather see Lara Croft than
Then
Nathan
Larry
Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry Croft or Nathan Drake. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. So it's interesting that, to me, that it seems like a lot of women are calling for, we need a female representation of Link, and it's like, to me, if I was a woman, I'd rather be staring at Link, but that's just me.
I feel that, yep.
But yeah, I mean, it's just one of those things that I'm not against having a female character. I think for Link, it doesn't make sense with such an established character. Just like I said with Lara Croft, it wouldn't make sense. So.
I agree.
All right. So I was talking about, we played Smash Brothers, into the wee hours of the morning, and had a blast with what is over a year and a half plus.
It's almost 2 years.
It's almost
Yeah,
2
November it'll be 2 years. Still
Crazy.
having fun, and I just wanted to discuss that a little bit because we know people that have kind of turned on Nintendo, sold their Wii U's in the past year, and think because of what they did at E3 and no real games coming out the rest of the year, that it's Nintendo's Wii U's done and there's no reason to play it. And I know probably all of us here are going to be on the other side of that, but I just think it's interesting that people give up on something, and yet, like Robert's still playing Overwatch. I know a guy I work with still playing Overwatch. It's not as nearly as old or anything, but there's just some games like I can't imagine not playing, and Smash, Mario Kart, Splatoon all fit that category. So I don't know. I guess I'll start with Ms. T. I know we've kind of talked about this before, but just you're a retro gamer. You play old games all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably the worst person to ask about this stuff because, like, I don't, there's been times where I've like traded and stuff that I regret now, especially. But for the most part, I keep all my stuff. I buy it because it'll never be as worth what it was when I bought it. So to me, that's a loss. No matter, you get a good deal, so what? I paid $60 for it or $50, whatever it is. I'll never get that, And there's some games that you get it for, but you don't want to get rid of that stuff. So, but yeah, the value is always going to be there, no matter what is coming in the future for the system. I bought games for it, when I put value in those games when I bought them, and that won't change just because maybe. Like I said, the life of the console is dying off or whatever. If anything, I want to keep it more. So I've never understood that mentality of, let me get rid of all this stuff to buy the new thing, because eventually you're gonna be like, man, I wish I had all that stuff. But you're gonna want to come back to it. Like these games are, especially for me, Nintendo games, like those are the hardest for me to get rid of because I know. Like value-wise, if you're just looking at it from a collector standpoint, which I never considered myself a collector until probably today, because I did some collectorish stuff today. Yeah, then the value-wise as a collector, you want to keep that stuff, but value-wise as a gamer, like I always want to go back to that stuff. Those Nintendo games especially, because they hold value to me. I can go back and replay Star Fox. I can play Mario again. I can play all these games over and over again, and like once a year, I like to go through those games. So that will never make any sense to me, regardless of the situation or the system. So
yeah, I made the mistake of helping a friend out. I wanted him to buy a GameCube because he was on the fence, and I traded in like 15 Dreamcast games for just to help him out. So he could get the GameCube for like $50, and then I looked at those games on eBay multiple times, some of those ones, and I'm just like, why the hell did I do that? And so I learned when I was a kid, I did that with my Super NES, and I regret I finally bought it back from my cousin. But so Shelfie, I know I can't remember if you had the N64 or if you had a GameCube back originally. Do you still have your old systems and games? Do you hang on to them? Do you trade them in?
No, I really like hanging on to them. My GameCube is the first console that I had. It's, I don't know, it's special to me in a interesting way because like my first game I ever 100% was Pokemon XD, and the GameCube is Pokemon XD themed.
Yes.
So it's like, yes, it's a wonderful game. I love it so much.
So what does the GameCube look like?
It's silver, and I believe it has like black buttons, and then there's a Shadow Lugia sticker on the top in a circle.
Oh, I love that design.
Yeah, it's wonderful. But yeah, it's still sitting in the other room, still there, all pristine. And I think I traded in things when I was a kid, but I don't recall trading in anything like big, as in like Mario Kart Double Dash or something along those lines. Super Mario Sunshine, we kept all those because I don't know. I don't think I could do that,
Yeah, the only really third-party games I don't really mind trading in just a multi-plat or something like
Sports
that.
titles and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Like they don't
Yeah.
last long as far as value anyway. So you got to get rid of those things quick if you want to get anything from them.
Yeah, it's hard to, without having somebody that's on the other side of the fence. I just can't even comprehend like somebody that got rid of their Wii U and had Mario Kart and Smash Brothers and Splatoon and Amiibos and all that. Like I can't even comprehend it. So it's pretty much
Wii U especially, because Wii U is gonna be a Sega Dreamcast at some point. It's gonna be a Sega Saturn. It's gonna be super valuable to have some of these games, and you're gonna be like, damn. One day you're like, why did I do that? That was so stupid.
Yeah, and it's like, I mean, we played Smash Brothers for 6.5 hours. Like,
That's crazy.
and it's not just because there's nothing else to play. Terrell had Tokyo Mirage Sessions. Robert has all kinds of games to play, and it's like, it's just, I mean, I could never see myself until the next Smash Brothers or next Mario Kart come out, like giving up on these games. And we had so much fun. It was just a blast. So. But yeah, the other thing I wanted to steer this into this to Doc Trey's latest video, I wanted to kind of talk about something that we've been kind of thinking and saying. I don't think on the podcast, but basically his video was all the Nintendo haters who've been criticizing Nintendo publicly for years and years and years. When the Nintendo NX comes out, if it's a success, that they're gonna take credit for that success, saying that it was them, speaking their minds and not buying the Wii U that, told Nintendo, that they needed to change. So I just wanted to get everyone's take on that, and then ask a question. Did somebody not buying the Wii U? It had obviously an impact on how Nintendo's looked at, the business and the industry, but I thought maybe we could kind of break that down, and then versus the people that did buy Wii U and then supported games like Mario Kart and Smash that had online and stuff, and kind of talk about how maybe that was even sending just as good or a better message, saying, these are the types of games we want, and these are the types of games we support. So with that in mind, we'll start with Terrell, since you linked me the video.
Yeah, I was gonna say, because that's the kind of stuff I don't think I may have been saying on the podcast, but I have said in videos myself that to me, supporting the games that were, because even the worst selling console has good games on it, and showing that those games are worth anything. Because if everyone had went into the whole I'm just not gonna buy the console, then Splatoon wouldn't have been an IP worth dealing with. To me, I have to, when the people who bought the console and supported those games, when the NX comes out and you get sequels to those games, that's not thanking the people who didn't buy the console, because they're not the ones who told Nintendo that those games were good. The people who told them that those games were good are the people who bought the games, which is why Mario Kart 8, I think, is the best-selling Wii U game, I believe.
Yeah, 7.5 million.
Yeah, and Splatoon will have a sequel because of how ridiculously well it sold, and I know that game probably didn't have a huge budget considering everything else about it. And it's stuff like that, and even their more experimental games. We got an actual legit Pokemon fighting game instead of another Coliseum or Battle Revolution.
Or
Thank
Rumble.
God.
Rumble.
We don't talk.
We did get a Rumble
talk
game.
about those games because it's the experimental games that turn into new IPs and new franchises for them. Because now they have a dedicated fighter, they can continue that, and it's because the game sold well. Same thing for Xenoblade. It's like, oh well, I mean, because people could have been like that with the Wii era, and Xenoblade Chronicles sold enough to be like, all right, fuck it, we're putting out the next one automatically. We didn't have to go. They didn't have to do that Operation Rainfall stuff for the Wii U. It was like, you're getting the game. So I agree with that 100%.
Yeah, I'm glad I went to you first, because that's an awesome point about, let's say the NX is successful, and then Splatoon 2 comes out, and all these people that were so-called, trying to help Nintendo by hating on them, and they buy an NX and they play Splatoon 2, they definitely have to thank the Wii U supporters and the people who supported Nintendo through that generation for buying Splatoon and making it a success so that there would be a sequel. I didn't think of that, so That was good. Ms. T, what do you think? You think the haters going to be taking credit if the NX is a huge success, even though the first Wii was a huge success, and I don't think the haters had any part in that. So I don't know. I guess I can see them trying to say that, well, I didn't buy the Wii U, so I sent a message. So what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just like Terrell, I didn't make a video specifically saying that, but I've said that in a few videos that they would take credit for it. Because a lot of these guys, like, they have this agenda, and it's political with them when it comes to gaming, with Nintendo specifically. Yeah, they're going to take credit. They're going to say, but like Terrell made a great point, that because we supported those games like Splatoon and whatnot, even though you didn't like certain things about them, that's why we're going to get Splatoon 2. That's why we're going to get, these games. Like, because the Wii U is obviously their little selling console, but so a lot of the games did really well on them because of hardcore fans like us. So, yeah, I mean, they're going to still take credit, because they have that, like I said, political agenda when it comes to video gaming. With Nintendo specifically, they'll put up with that stuff from the other guys, but when it comes to Nintendo, you hear them wanting to make the videos and do the movements, and I'm just, I'm worried about Star Fox. We probably won't see that for forever and a day now because of the bad, I guess press and the bad word of mouth from gamers who probably never even played the game affected the sales, and we won't see Star Fox for a while. And it sucks because a lot of these guys who pretended that they wanted Star Fox weren't really Star Fox fans. And if you look at the sales of Star Fox games, nobody went ham for Star Fox Assault. Nobody went ham for Star Fox Adventures. Nobody went ham for the DS and stuff like that. They didn't show for those games. And all of a sudden, we're Star Fox fans. So it's just like they're gonna take credit for that stuff, and then they're gonna dodge, the bad credit for games like Star Fox.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, they're gonna we're not gonna get Star Fox because of some of that stuff, and they won't take that credit though. They won't. So.
Yeah, and just Robert, I know you love Splatoon, probably the most out of all of us. You remember when people were saying, send Nintendo a message, don't buy that. We want a game with voice chat and proper online join game and in game invites. Don't buy the game and you'll send them a message. But what do you feel that would have been good, or do you think people buying the game was the better option?
Well, people buying the game for sure, because then they see the active users who are on every day online, and they know that, oh, well, online's good. And if you didn't buy it, imagine if no one bought it, they just wouldn't make another Splatoon, like, ever. They wouldn't be like, oh, maybe we'll put a online voice chat. Like, how would that send a message? Like, how would money equal voice chat? Like, it doesn't make sense that what they're...
It's nuanced. Like, corporations are not going to understand the nuance. They're going to say, well, this game didn't sell well because people didn't like it. They're not going to be, oh, it's because of this little specific thing in the game.
Exactly.
Let's go fix that. No, they're not going to do that. So, sorry, I didn't mean to take over your time.
Yeah, and anyone that
said it were good.
Anyone that's been vocal anti-Nintendo, they buy an NX, they buy Splatoon 2, they got nothing to say, because if it wasn't for the supporters and people buying that game, there would never be a Splatoon 2. And I predict right now Splatoon 2 will be highly rated, and it will be well received and sell amazing on the NX. And I have a really good feeling that they're going to iron out any of the minor complaints, and it's going to be fully featured, and I would expect it to be pretty much Nintendo's like new flagship type of game. So I would expect them to give that plenty of money, plenty of budget, and have a really amazing game when it comes out. So, and all thanks to the 4.5 million people, I don't know if Shelfie bought it, but everyone else here bought it. So, yeah, Shelfie, what's your thoughts on? I know you probably don't pay as attention to the nonsense as much as we do.
You have a life.
Yeah.
Uh,
Maybe
I
that.
mean, ish. I kind of have life sometimes. Kind of.
She's playing Pokemon Go. I mean, it
Yeah, I'm
can't have
like
that
trying
much.
to convince myself I have a life, but no, I don't. I don't know how I don't get mixed up in all the nonsense or whatever, but I actually kind of had nonsense come into my life personally because one of my friends from school texted me one day all angry. He's like, I can't take this anymore. I can't take Nintendo anymore. I need to become a PlayStation convert. And I'm like, you don't need to pick and choose. You can play both, you know? Because I guess something about Star Fox Zero set him off, and then he was
The
like,
game.
"This is, yeah, I don't know." He was like, "This is a bad console. This is that," and I was like, "Okay, but are you going to like ignore all the fun you've had with Smash Brothers? Like, I've been there, like personally, like, I've been there. You can't hide it from me."
Hmm.
So I do have to agree with you guys that to like support something and like show that you love it, like would make more sense because then I don't know, the whole companies thing with like they're not going to understand that people didn't buy it because of one thing.
Hmm.
I agree with what Mr. T said.
And I'm glad you told that story because he sounds just like the parakeets in this community. Like,
Parakeets.
oh, the Wii U's not good anymore, and
Yeah,
enough
I
people said it, and then now it's fact, which it's hard to
yeah.
fight that. I mean, it took me a year to talk my nephew out of all the stuff that he's 12 years old, all this stuff he heard at school about how PlayStation and Microsoft this and that, and they're so good, and then I said, hey, come over, play some Wii U, and he did, and a couple different times, and finally he asked for it for Christmas. I didn't pressure him into it. I just
You
said,
didn't indoctrinate him?
no, I just showed him how fun the games are, and
He gave him a choice between two pills and said, pick this one.
yeah. But it's funny and sad that your friend just like he just accepted that mindset, like you said. You've seen him playing Smash and how much fun he's had.
Yeah.
And,
I've seen it myself. I've seen him like play a bunch of Splatoon too, and I was like, I don't know, I just don't understand how he could just like forget about that.
did he buy Star Fox or did he just see reviews and go off that?
No, he bought Star Fox with it because he said it took him like one weekend to perfect clear it or something.
No,
Too
he's
easy
lying.
or something.
No one's that
No.
good.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense.
No.
I got 23 hours and I'm at about 70%.
Yeah,
But
I don't know. People tend to bullshit me, so that's probably true.
Damn.
God.
we are just a
It's
girl,
like people just tend to lie to me in life, man. I'm
Yeah, I know it happens. I don't know.
Well,
Like
that's
if
the
you
thing.
went through it, like if you went through Star Fox in a weekend and you did actually perfect clear it, I would say that you enjoyed yourself. If you put
Yeah, right.
that much effort into it,
Yeah, true.
like if it sucked and I would think you wouldn't mess with it. You just play the your campaign
like-
through
yeah.
and give up on it.
Yeah,
Imagine it's like if you're eating something and you hate it and like, this is terrible, and you keep eating it.
eat the whole pizza.
I hate this breath.
Yeah, like it's like somebody who complained, oh, my food, the waiter comes back, yeah, my food was terrible, but you ate like not a crumb left on your plate. Could have been that bad.
Show your trophies. Show your
Well,
trophies.
it's stupid. There's people that just hate on Nintendo, right? Like, I mean, I see a lot of people like, oh man, Nintendo's for kids, this and that. But I got that Pokemon Go, son. You know what I mean? Like,
Literally.
Well, they don't
okay,
realize that's
wait.
Nintendo.
it's,
True.
yeah, it's so
That's the
stupid.
Pokemon company. Excuse me.
Yeah, because the guy at work was talking about because he's a Windows 10 fanboy and they don't have Pokemon Go. Like, I had to remind him that Nintendo owns the Pokemon company, and it's like, oh, I forget that it's Nintendo.
Yeah,
Just
my
'cause
coworker
Pokemon's
did
such
the
a
same
separate.
thing today.
How do you forget that? Like that's so. They're so
Because
synonymous to it.
Pokemon kind of
They do their own thing.
They do their own thing, but
I mean, come on, that's Nintendo.
It
like,
has its
Pokemon
own
is
gravity.
Nintendo.
It's Pokemon's its own. I mean, it's
there's the style, the flavor of Pokemon is so Nintendo. Like, I
No,
just-
it's not like they have a Nintendo logo on it too.
yeah, Pokemon kind of keeps it game freak. That's it.
yeah.
I mean, they're their own company, but Nintendo owns them, obviously.
Yeah.
We're storming here right now, so
Yeah, I heard that.
Here comes the boom.
storms coming in and out here all day.
We had some
time of
major
year, so.
storms this morning. I was glad the power was on when I got home. So yeah, I mean, it's just, like I said, Mario Kart, Splatoon, Smash. They're I think 3 out of the top 5 selling games on Wii U. The other being 3D World and New Super Mario Brothers, I believe. So 3 of the
in
main.
Nintendo Land.
Yeah, that don't count as the system. That came with everybody's system. But anyway, the 3 of the highest selling games are online focused or have heavy online play. So to me, supporting those games and not supporting Mario Tennis and Wii Sports Club and those had online, but they were done poorly. And then other games that like there's people that didn't buy Star Fox because of no online. And what's the other game that didn't? Pikmin 3. We talked about that.
Pikmin 3. We still did pretty okay.
No, but
We
that's
did
sold
okay,
over
but
a million though.
But with online, I think that bingo ballot could have really been special. So
Probably.
I'm thinking Nintendo realized, okay, if we make a quality Mario game, it's going to sell, and if we make really quality games and have online, and people will keep playing them, and just look at how long they supported Splatoon and Smash Brothers. So I feel confident that more of the message they've received has been by the Wii U owners than any of the haters that didn't buy the system and didn't support anything. So that's my take.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, yeah.
So I guess we can get on to the main topic here. I know you guys are excited. I've pretty much steered clear of. I know the basics of Pokemon Go and how it's working. So let's just go quickly. I'll go to each person, give quick impressions. Then we'll talk about the good and the bad so far, and then the future of the Pokemon Go and Nintendo with mobile. So we'll just start with impressions, and Ms. T, we'll go to you first in case your lightning strikes you. Just what's your quick impressions on Pokemon Go?
It's really cool. Surprisingly so. I didn't really know what to expect, and I'm more of probably a casual Pokemon fan. I play the games throughout the years, and I'm not the guy that shows up for every game. But just being able to have like full on Pokemon in the game, like 3D models and whatnot, and the whole aspect of like kind of the what do you call it, AR, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, augmented reality
stuff.
Yeah.
That blended with like just getting people to get up off their asses and walk around. I mean, that's really cool to me. That feels like some of the stuff Nintendo was talking about with the quality of life and even some of the stuff they were doing on Wii. And it seems like they used the cell phone technology to merge all that stuff together, and with a great IP like Pokemon, and it's fun, man. Like I can totally see. I had to turn it off to stop messing with it because I was in the car actually. My friend was driving. Yeah, I wasn't driving. that would have been terrible. But just being in the car and just like driving around and like spotting Pokemon out in the wild and just being able to like catch them. I can see it being super addictive as hell, and it's a great step for Nintendo's cell phone or mobile stuff. So.
All right. How about you, Robert?
So I'm not a huge Pokemon fan. The only game in the main series that I've played is like Omega Ruby, and that's it. But
God!
I mostly play like the spin-offs, like
Oh my God!
Pokemon Ranch, people.
Oh my God! I can't. My chest hurts.
We don't talk about those games. We don't bring those up.
Oh
Pokemon Rumble. Listen, I don't care what
Stop
anyone
it!
The Wii version was bad. Come on, that was fun.
Oh, Shelfie wants to slap you.
That was fun.
The Wii version's okay.
Obviously, when I was younger, I played the much like Red, but I probably for like 5 minutes. Anyway, so
Oh my God.
yeah, so it's fun. It's pretty fun. I'm enjoying myself, and everyone's talking about it, and right now I'm like about to be level 6, so I'm not like I'm level 18 or anything. I'm nothing huge, but like it's fun, and I'm walking around. When I was walking to GameStop, I caught some Pokemon, and it's fun. You can see all of them in your Pokedex, and it's a good time. And I could definitely see why some people be driving around doing road trips, finding their Pokestops. I think that it's cool, and it's a great way to have just this all connected, the real life and Pokemon. That's crazy. I mean, that's what everyone wanted for Pokemon. I feel like, so
Yeah.
it's awesome.
Cool. How about you, Shelfie? What's your impressions?
I really am enjoying it. I do need to go into town one day to actually try and do more Pokestops and stuff, but I kind of like taking pictures of them the most because it's nice to have like the wooden woods outside backgrounds. So
Yeah.
because I don't know, it's fun to take pictures
So
of
can
them. I
you
don't know.
ones you've captured, you can just put them into the environment that's on
No,
your
I
camera?
mean you can take a
It's
picture.
when you come across them.
Oh, it's when you come across them. Okay.
Yeah, or that's at least when I do that. When I like to take the pictures of them. Um, I just find it, I don't know, it's exciting to me, at least. Yeah.
So you're not planning any road trips anytime soon to go catch some, or?
Mm, I might take like a mini road trip into actual civilization, but
Yeah, I haven't even looked to see. I don't have it downloaded, so I don't know how it works, how you find them. But I've heard there's quite a few in my town. So, um, and I've considered my town pretty small, even though it's not. It's not like a small town, like a small farm town or something. But we don't have a whole lot, and it seems like a lot of people around here are still finding places to go and catching them. So, Terrell, what's your impression so far?
So I finally took a day out, which was I think Saturday, and I said, all right, I'm gonna go ahead, walk around my neighborhood, see what I can find, and I like it for a few reasons. One, because it shows you landmarks that you may not have been aware of. Like I found out there was this cool old well that was in my neighborhood that I had never heard of before, and I like the fact that it's exposing people to parts of the city you wouldn't have known about before.
Damn.
Oh,
Let me mute.
I felt that in my ear. God damn. I've also run into a couple of guys on accident because apparently all the churches are Pokestops. For some
What
reason,
is with that? That's all I see. Churches.
Jesus loves Pikachu, Robert. That's exactly what it is. And I was learning how everyone was kind of talking about all the metagame where it's oh yeah, I think he was telling me that apparently Pokemon can't be on military bases, which technically would be a smart idea because you don't need people wandering around in a military base. But I like the fact that it's bringing people together. I saw videos of communities in Florida and shit in New York where people were just kind of doing these group Poke walks, and it's like mobs of people. I'm thinking it's gonna be some low key shit. It's like mobs, it was a concert or something going around. So to me it's encapsulated all the best aspects of the game, and I've been having a lot of fun with it. It's made me stop in areas I've never gone to before on my way home and shit, and I'm just yeah, this is great. This is great. I love it.
I kind of wish I had a GPS though, because what if you get lost? I'm just saying.
Well, it
Everyone
is
has GPS.
No, but you can't place, say go here so you could get
Oh,
no,
okay.
you know what I mean?
I see
But
what
I
you're
think
saying.
that's should be part of the fun. Should be plan. Okay, we know where it's at, but we the game doesn't tell you exactly how to get there. So you have a group that gets together and says, all right, let's plan our little adventure. Let's take a little ride somewhere. And plan out a kind of a trip based around that. I could see that happen. I could see people doing like opening up where someone could make money or make a living just helping people, showing them where the Pokemons are in their city or whatever, major cities. It could be like a tourist thing. So
That'd be
I
cool.
see a lot of potential there. And
People have been streaming it on YouTube. They've been streaming themselves. They'll have a camera in the car and have the audio on their have a wireless mic while they're walking around. It's gotten nuts, dude.
Yeah,
So cool.
I think it could be just a fad at this point, but we'll talk about where we think the future of it will go in a little bit. I've heard there's some issues with the servers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Not really anymore,
Yeah.
though. I think it's kind of stable now. At least it seems like
Yeah. It hasn't really glitched out on me since like
a couple
Saturday.
days or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a real problem with that. Every time sometimes I catch a Pokemon and it'll freeze up.
Oh, that might just be your phone. You need a new phone.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Damn,
I do
Robert.
have an iPhone 5C, so
Oh, yeah.
It's like
No,
you
it
can
should
Pokemon
work
Go on your
perfectly
phone.
fine on that.
huh?
It should work perfectly fine on that, I would think.
Well, I mean,
That's weird.
I've had that happen to me too. Like where I've caught a Pokemon, and you know how the ball's supposed to wiggle 3 times, and then until you
Yeah.
And
caught
it
it,
go whip.
it freezes like I'll catch it, and it'll just kind of hang on the screen where the
Yeah.
ball's just sitting there. So
Yeah.
I mean,
That
It-
happened
it-
like once for me.
it does kind of fuck up for me too. I'm not gonna lie.
And it's something they can work out. I mean, there's a lot of different phones out there, and this isn't, probably a little bit more successful than they thought with how many people are using it. So I'm not surprised there's issues. I mean, if it was on a console, I wouldn't give Nintendo any pass for any glitches and stuff. But for something this major and this new to them, I could see
Well,
giving them some leeway.
I was gonna say that's the funny thing, that there's not really any glitches in the game. I've heard that the fighting gyms are pretty rough, but I haven't actually gotten to fight a gym to test it out myself.
I have, and it sucks because I'm so my goddamn Pokemon are so underpowered compared to these monsters.
You're
Yeah.
supposed to
Yeah,
grind.
I think it's because of his Pokemon Rumble background.
No,
He
no,
doesn't
but
have
I don't think you could choose attacks or anything. They kind of just do it themselves. It looks like.
Yeah, they've it's like a really simple version of like basic
Yeah.
Pokemon
The
stuff.
game
Because-
just feels that you have really poor Pokemon background.
Oh yeah. Well, the whole thing, because my highest is like I think 113 CP or whatever, and
Yeah.
the one guy's like literally the first Pokemon I have to battle literally right next to me. So I have a gym right next to my house, and because it's an abandoned church, and basically.
That doesn't sound scary at all.
It's like G said, I gotta get the fuck out of here.
When they abandon
basically-
churches, it's all over,
Yeah.
man. When you start abandoning the churches.
And so I check, and the first one is like 500 something CP. I'm like, I'm not even I can't do anything with that. I'm like, how am I
Can you
supposed
train them?
Yeah, you can train them.
to?
Yeah.
How? How do you train someone?
It's like you when you catch Pokemon, you get those like what is it called? It's not like candy. Yeah, I think it's like the candy, and you can feed it and you can power it up.
See, I gotta do that because I bet you I have a bunch of items, but I haven't used anything. I just use the Pokeballs and I catch them and be like, yeah.
You ain't using any of the items.
You haven't done anything yet. Well,
I
I
didn't
haven't
use anything. I haven't used anything.
I will say the worst thing about the game overall, it will kill the shit out of your battery.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Is that it
Yeah.
drains your battery very quickly, and I hope they patch something. I don't think they will, but it would be nice if they would.
My phone gets hot, so
And you have to have your camera on,
I would
right?
like to know what it's doing to my
don't have to, though.
my
You don't
data
have
as
to.
well.
Yeah.
That's what also.
Oh,
I'd like
I've
to-
tried to keep up on the data because my mom threatens me with it all the time, and from what I try, it's not that bad.
My
Okay.
dad is pretty fine. Yeah, I don't think it takes out a lot because, like I said, I
Nah.
walked to GameStop stop and back, and it's been pretty fine. I think. I don't know. I haven't checked.
See, I'm rocking that family plan data, so I got.
Yeah.
it's not. I haven't heard anything about the data. I think it's pretty lax on that front. Because I mean, really, all it's using is your GPS
Right.
to track your location. But that battery drain. is a
GPS
bitch.
drains your battery, so that
Oh, yeah, I always
makes a
have
lot
mine
of
turned
sense.
Because
Yeah.
my phone gets hot. Like
Yeah. I feel
Yeah,
that.
mine gets so hot. I'm like, damn.
oh, you bitch.
You get an iPhone.
You know what? I would play Pokemon Go if I could find a Pikachu like the one on Shelfie's picture there. I would definitely play Pokemon Go if that's the type of Pokemon I could find.
Listen, they have a modded version of Pokemon on PC you can play. It's called Moemon.
Yeah,
where they
I
do
was about to say Moemon.
which is essentially that. They just start Pokemon and the cute girls rocking Pokemon outfits and
That
shit.
sounds alright.
Yeah.
It's weird because it's literally just a sprite change. It's the same game. It's just that they're all like humanoid girls.
That's funny.
Get these guys a cup of water.
No, well, I tell you what, I was telling you guys before, but I gotta say it on air that I was near my church, the abandoned church. There was a very attractive woman passing by playing Pokemon Go, and I'm like, damn.
And then she got hit by a
I should
car.
have said hi. I should have been like, listen,
She walked out in the traffic and got hit by a car.
I should have been like, listen, I could get my ass handed to me. You think you could hand me your ass to me?
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Yo, yo,
Terrible line.
no more of
That's
these
a terrible
70s
line.
lines, yo. No more of the 70s
That's a
pickup.
terrible line. Who told you that was good?
That's terrible.
You and your dad need to have a conversation about what you're doing. Because
Sexual harassment. And
I think we need the opinion of a woman there. How was that pickup line?
I don't. Okay,
That's
if
hilarious.
someone comes up to me and does that, though, I'm just not gonna know what to say because I'm so socially awkward. So I'll just be like,
And then I'll be like,
and run away.
And then he follows that up with, "How's it going?"
Maybe I'd have to ask how many badges they have because if you don't have enough badges, you don't have me. So.
I'll be like, why do we go?
see, Shuffy is a woman with standards. If you ain't got 8 badges, you ain't shit.
I'll be like, listen, you can just come back and play my Pokemon Red.
And then after all that, she calls the sexual harassment panda on you.
Because nothing else worked.
Bonus points if you're on the same team as me, also.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
So.
Has anybody had a conversation with? I mean, I guess not. Doesn't sound like everybody's gone out yet, but
Yeah, well,
do you see
I mean,
potential of like just extreme awkwardness, like feeling super nerdy, seeing other people doing what you do, or does it make
no,
you?
well, I was like, when I was at GameStop, everyone had Pokemon Go out. I mean, everyone, like even the employee.
At GameStop, but I mean, just like at Central Park or these other places, I've heard stories of people saying that they felt a little weird as like a 30-year-old man going out and getting a Pokemon and seeing another guy.
Well, I think they
Well, see,
need
I'm not a
security
30-year-old
check.
man, so I don't have to worry about that.
Insecure.
Yeah, they need a security check.
So I'm about to say, with me and Robert wouldn't have that problem because we're not 30.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a beard.
Oh shit!
It might be like.
So you look like a.
Beard alert! Goddamn!
He looks like a lawn gnome.
How tall are you, Robert? Just curious.
What?
How tall are you?
Anya.
I'm a short fella. I'm 5'4". That's it.
Dang.
Wow.
That's
Yeah,
it.
so lawn gnome it is.
Damn.
Jesus.
So does anybody see the potential for like in a year from now, like, yes, we met playing Pokemon Go, catching a Pokemon, and now we're married, you know, just
I know that's
Yeah,
gonna
totally.
happen.
Yeah,
That's gonna
totally.
It's gonna happen.
and bring people together. So
Some.
Well, it's already doing that, and considering the game is still in infancy,
mhm.
they're still adding crap to it. Like the guys have been talking about adding more stuff to it, and the game is not even out all over the world yet. It's like the one thing that tripped me up is that they said that Nintendo stock rose the highest it's ever been since
25%.
Since 83.
1983, right?
Since 1983, and I was like, well, I think
You know what happened that year? They saved video games.
Basically, yeah.
The NES.
Yeah, so
so. What's
Wow,
about to happen
that's
again?
crazy.
They're saving the mobile games. Is that what's happening now?
I think so.
So
Pikachu came in there with the cape.
I just like it because it's like in this era of like neckbeard dudes sweating up in their little rooms or dorms or whatever, only caring about the online gaming experience. It's so cool to have a game that comes out in 2016 that actually brings like flesh and blood real people together. I mean, that's pretty cool to me. So.
Well, yeah, it's crazy because everyone I know is playing it. At my job, everyone's like, "Yo, you got that Pokemon Go? Oh man, yeah, I'm taking this seriously." Everyone's like that, and like I said, I was walking by, these two guys were like, "You playing it?" And I'm like, "What?" And I'm like, "Pokemon Go?" And they're like, "Yup," and I'm like, "Yeah," because we were both at a Pokestop, like 3 of us. And like,
well, next time,
crazy.
just say yes. If they're like, you playing it, and you're at a stop, just say yes.
Yes.
Why?
That's what they mean.
What if they say like you're playing it? It's some kind of weird, dangerous game.
Well, it was probably weirder for me because I'm walking around in my shorts and sandals up at a church that no one's at, and this dude just kind of drives in his car and he's looking at me and I'm looking at him. I'm like, he's like, you playing Pokemon Go? I said, yeah. He's like, yeah, me too. And I'm like, oh my god.
And then he's like, get in my car, and you're like,
No, see, I was actually scared it was gonna get to that, and I was like, I'm good, because it's that weird moment where it's like it's the weirdest part is just making the first statement, man. Like, are you playing? Like, he's like, playing what? You playing the game?
Or it could totally go the other way. So you're playing Pokemon Go. That means you have a really expensive smartphone that I'm gonna rob you for right now.
So,
Well, sadly, that's already happened. I saw that.
Yeah.
Apparently, people lured and people inside like this one, Pokestop.
Oh my goodness.
And they robbed their phones.
Pokestop to get robbed at.
They took their phones.
Oh, I've heard that there's businesses trying to lobby to get to be like, have their place be a spot. Yeah.
Well, their place is a spot for me. Like, I was coming home yesterday, and there's a Cheddar's restaurant right by my gym. So I'm driving past, and I saw that my shit went off and went, oh, there's a Pokemon I've never caught before. And so I drive and it's like, oh, wow, it's in the building. And I'm like,
yeah, I didn't even think about that. Like, the business
can't
potential.
You just click it? Can't you just click it? You know how you can tap it on the screen?
Well, because it has to show up, and it didn't want to show up, so I'm like, let me wander around. And so it was weird. I was wandering around a restaurant for about 20 minutes looking for a Pokemon.
That's funny.
And then a Krabby showed up, and I said, all right, fuck it, I'm going to catch this and get out, because this is looking weird now.
Internet cafes or, like, Starbucks, or like the business potential is also pretty awesome, too, because people, will go to these businesses or whatever, and they'll spend money, and
well, there's already been signs on doors, Pokemon Go players must purchase something to enter.
That's crazy.
That's so disrespectful, man.
Yeah.
I mean, you should if you're going to walk up in there. That's just not. Walk up here and grab my Pokemon. I'm out, son.
You don't own my Pokemon?
I don't know about your guys' GameStop, but GameStop was a Pokestop. And that makes a lot of sense, I feel like.
Mine wasn't. Mine
should
be.
Yeah, they should be, because it made a whole ton of sense. We were just, while we were in the VR, had like 7 Pokemon in a row. It was crazy.
Yeah, then you don't have to feel like a weirdo.
Because literally every single person, even the employees, had it. I'm like, wait, aren't you supposed to work? Why do you have your...
This is work, mama.
So let me ask everybody this: Do you think this is going to be just like one of those, like Miitomo, like kind of a quick fad, and then kind of fade quick, or because of it's Pokemon and the fan base is huge, do you think maybe it's going to have more legs and not just be a flash in the pan 2 weeks from now, no one's talking about it? Shelfie, what do you think?
I feel like I can see it being less of a flash in the pan than Miitomo was, but I don't know. I feel like it's gonna stay big for a while, and maybe like as they release more updates, people will like go back on into
like,
it.
World of Warcraft, like when they have expansions.
Yeah, I think I can see it being more like that, because I feel even people who I consider to not really be into like anything like video games or geeky or anything are playing it. Like my roommate from college is playing it, and she's kind of basic, so.
Yeah.
Well, Shelby, would you refer to her as a basic bitch?
I would refer to her as a basic bitch. She's nice, but she's kind of basic.
Damn.
She'll probably be in the category of somebody that stops playing in a couple of days, or it's kind of the fad thing. But then it will probably hook people too. Like someone like that will all of a sudden just go die hard into Pokemon and start buying,
Yeah, I was gonna
old games.
I was going to tell you something I found out. Apparently, on iTunes, the Pokemon theme song shot up in the charts.
Really?
Yeah, just the damn theme song. And I was like, what are people doing? And they just listen to the theme song while they're looking for the Pokemon?
Well, it's one of those things, just like I got sucked into disc golf last year, all of a sudden everybody I knew was playing, and I go out and spend $100 on discs in a bag, and then, a month later I'm done playing, so there's always that with this kind of stuff, but I'm just curious. Terrell, what do you think? Do you think this have some more lasting appeal than like Mitomo or anything?
Yes. As far as Mitomo, yes, and it's partially because Mitomo isn't really a game. It's like a damn. It's kind of like it's like taking those Facebook quizzes and turning it into like an app. That's what Mitomo is. Whereas Pokemon actively has things you can strive for, giving me gyms to fight, giving me Pokemon to find, giving me things that and it's also a well-known franchise. This isn't like some side series that no one knows about. I mean, this is it. Like, this is like the kids gaming franchise that transcends almost all ages. So it will be I view it to be a bigger hit, and it'll probably stick around longer. I probably would say for at least, I'm gonna be reckless and say about 5 years. It'll probably be consistent because you can keep updating it. I mean, think about it. They don't even have all the Pokemon in the game yet. They only have the first generation. But some people have attachments to certain generations. It's like, oh, well, I didn't grow up during the Red, Blue, and Yellow. I grew up in the Diamond and Pearl era. I want me an Infernape or a fucking I don't know. I can't think of it. Oh, a Bibarel or some shit. I know people don't like Bibarel. That's why I brought it up. But yeah, like there's attachments each generation of children have with certain Pokemon. So just based on the Pokemon you can catch, some people will jump back in it purely because their generation's Pokemon are finally in the game. So this thing will have way more legs. It just depends on how frequent the updates are and how much more expensive it gets. And if they're going to do what they did in the trailer where they have these huge events where you're all supposed to join up and take down this one strong-ass Pokemon like they did with the Mewtwo in the original trailer for the game. So I think it'll be good.
All right. T, I want to ask you a slightly different question, or actually a completely different question. Rumors are saying that the game's so far generated like $1.6 million per day just in the U.S. Since it's been available. So, like, what do you see Nintendo doing with that extra money? Do you see them just putting more into mobile, or maybe putting some of that money into console games? What would you like to see, or what do you think they might do?
Oh man, it's over. Nintendo's going completely mobile now because no, the mobile stuff is going to prop up the gaming stuff, what they want to do there, and they're going to make a lot of money with this. Like, Pokemon Go is just the tip of the iceberg when you have like Fire Emblem dropping, and then oh my gosh, Animal Crossing. That's going to be ridiculous because it's perfect for a mobile game. Animal Crossing is so. Like, I think they're going to do what the revenue as far as what they used to do with, say, like 3DS games. So they put out a 3DS game or a handheld game to basically fund the console version of that game. You know what I'm saying? Like Red Knight talks about that, how they do that. So I think that's what they're going to do to some degree. They won't need all that money for the console version, or but this is just be another revenue stream for them, and they'll continue doing what they do, and they'll take maybe some of those more dormant IPs and turn them into mobile things and come up with cool ideas. Because as cool as Pokemon Go is, it's not a Pokemon game like a full-fledged like handheld game or a console game. It's a different thing. So the Pokemon games will still come. So people don't have to worry about that stuff, I don't think. So
yeah, it sounds like maybe they could find a way to make them work together a little bit, but I don't see how they could replace the traditional Pokemon. No. And then I guess if you saw some of those new or recently reported on patents, Nintendo had image of a very cell phone looking device with actual circle pads and physical buttons. So I'm just thinking possibly that could have been, if them thinking of, well, what can we do to take the mobile games to have a little more depth to them and give them more control, or could that be the next iteration of their handheld device? I mean, there's just a lot of things up in the air right now, and something like Pokemon Go being a huge success, I could see them putting out, instead of doing a 3DS, doing a handheld that looks more like a cell phone, but also
Dude,
plays like console, plays cartridges, and has mobile stuff.
if Nintendo drops what their version of a Nokia N-Gage, like that to me, that's just it's over at that point. People have been saying for years that Nintendo probably should have their own kind of phone device or whatever, and that would be one way to merge their handheld and their mobile stuff together in a way. So
Mhm.
that would be cool.
Yeah, but it's gonna be interesting to see where they go. So, to the people, there's people like, oh, Nintendo's dead, or Nintendo's this and that, blah blah blah. It's always, always something stupid. I just want to point out a few of their bigger successes in the last 10 years or so. We had the DS, 155 million sold, the Wii, 100 plus. Amiibos come out and massive success. Miitomo had a little splash there. Pokemon Go is already just way bigger. Is that more thunder? I just heard.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, that's all right. Miitomo was pretty big, but Pokemon's way bigger. It's like, how many times does Nintendo have to deliver something that just takes the world by storm, and before people just will give them credit for it? It's like, it's just amazing to me that, and they're still trying. Now you got people say, well, they should just quit hardware and just go mobile. And I've seen posts saying that.
But
And
the consoles, man, the consoles have so much mind share with a lot of gamers, and when they see that isn't doing well, then they just figure, even though this is Nintendo's worst selling home console, and they still turn a profit on it, like that. Who does that? Nobody does that. You got guys who sell 90 million consoles and haven't made any money the whole generation. So like Nintendo just they find a way. They have a way because the games always sell really well. And that's the thing that killed Dreamcast. People say, the Dreamcast, it sold poorly, but the biggest problem was that the games themselves didn't sell well. Like the games they spent a lot of money on, like Shenmue, and those games did not sell. And that's the biggest problem. I think Dreamcast and Sega would have been okay if the game sold better. But that's what killed it, and that's why the Wii U is still a success business-wise because the game sold well. So, but the mind share of gamers it's all about the consoles.
It seems like the so-called hardcore, which I don't consider hardcore someone that just will play one system or only plays certain types of games. But you're right.
Hardcore. You ain't playing. You ain't playing 33% of games out there or 70% of games. It doesn't make sense.
So I'm gonna ask the two bigger Pokemon players here, Shelfie and Terrell. Where can they take Pokemon Go from this point? Like, can they take it towards the more traditional Pokemon and combine them, or do you think it needs to be separate? Shelfie, I guess I'll go to you first. Just where do you see them going with this idea and this mobile app?
I hope that they use it to promote Sun and Moon. I really hope that you can transfer Pokemon to Sun and Moon. I have no idea if they'll actually be able to do that, but it would be really nice to be able to transfer them to Sun and Moon. I'm not sure if you could transfer them back or whatnot, but I don't know. I just get certain attachments to certain Pokemon that I find wherever, and I want to be with them all the time. So that's kind of where they go with it. I feel like they're going to make it more in-depth and more complicated than it is now. And I hope that they appropriately time the releases of the next generation of Pokemon or something. Don't wait too long, but don't make it so that there's not enough time,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, don't just like some of the amiibos I felt were coming out pretty quick there,
Oh
and
my God,
but
yeah.
then it's not been too long now, and I think it's completely died down. Like Callie Marie come out, and I just don't see the excitement. I think it took too long since the last wave, and then you got Bayonetta, Cloud, and all them coming probably November, and it's like at that point it's
She made a great point there because I think before Nintendo was talking about mobile and what they were going to do with it, I think we had discussions on it
Oh
all
yeah,
the time
they said they
about
wanted to promote.
right, promoting that. I think that's the biggest thing, because it's one thing to, have a good selling console or hope to have a good selling console, but the thing about mobile is that everybody has access to it pretty much. Like, everybody has a smartphone these days, and when something is popular on a cell phone, everybody knows about it right away. And that's only, helpful to a company who has all these great IPs. They can just drop a mobile type version or whatever. It sells crazy, and then when these guys hear about it and they play it, and that'll maybe push them to buy the dedicated device from Nintendo, the handheld or the console. I think that's what Nintendo's biggest motivation was with mobile. Obviously, making a lot of money on mobile is easy if you have a really good IP or a good product. But I think it was more about, again, back to mind share. Mind share is so easy to capture on the mobile market, and it's so much bigger when things happen big on them. So
Yeah, and so Terrell, do you think that they'll use Pokemon Go to kind of advertise and link up with Sun and Moon? Do you think, or is it?
I don't know if it'll be Sun and Moon. It'd be nice if it was Sun and Moon, but I do agree with the mindset of having it where I can transfer my Pokemon from because I thought that was kind of the whole game for the mobile plan anyway, to use it as a cross promotion tool for like their mainline games. Like, oh, you like Pokemon Go? Well, here's Pokemon Sun and Moon. I mean, they even did that with the virtual console releases of Red, Blue, and Yellow earlier this year, where you can actually transfer your Pokemon from the first games in the franchise to the newest games in the franchise.
I'm so excited to do that. Just so excited. I have a Bulbasaur named Happy, and he's gonna be my cute little Bulbasaur in Sun and Moon. He's going to be the best. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But I hope it is like cross console stuff like that, where I can transfer from my phone to my game, and I hope it's like that for all the mobile games. Like, if you did that crap with Fire Emblem, where I could get my own, fuck it, get my own personal waifus and Fire Emblem and put that shit in my new games. I don't give a fuck. I have no fucks to give at that point. That makes my day.
Have the cell phone or the app will be like a waifu cooking.
Hey, look, it doesn't have to do that. I feel like listen,
you give them tasks to do.
Look, I think at a certain point, I think Fire Emblem fans are gonna be like, I've had enough of this shit. It's like I think they still want it to be a tactical RPG, not a dating sim. Although that would work as a spinoff. So
yeah, do the mobile could be like the dating stuff and the relationship stuff, and then you go back to the game, and those relationships were developed, during the mobile app, and then
it increases your relationships in the game. Therefore, you don't have to grind out in the game.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes it like, well, you've been playing the dating sim aspect of it. You want to see what all those dates you went on got you? Go buy the 3DS game and look at how much you can crit your opponents because you were massaging them in that one date that you weren't supposed to go on.
Yes, I love this idea. Just the thought of massaging Crom or someone like that gets me excited.
That's the first time I've actually had a conversation with a female fan of Fire Emblem, and just to have that conversation. Because every time I talk about it with these guys, they're like, "Oh, you're weak."
Nah, man.
And I am weak.
and waifus for life.
Oh, fucking right.
I mean, be honest. Be honest, Terrell. What if the Fire Emblem mobile app, all it was let's say really high quality character models, and you could customize their outfits, and then just admire their waifus in a higher quality on your phone.
What? You want me to admit that I would still get it? Is that what you?
Would you support that?
I wouldn't pay for it. I'll say that. I'd do the long way of getting it. I mean, I have yet to spend money on mobile games. It takes a lot for me to do that. Fire Emblem, it could be just a fucking admire my waifus, but to me, that's not enough, and that's not something the American market would get with anyway. So
yeah. What if it had on top of that, like a photo shoot, like a
See, now you're
Miitomo,
just being a bitch about
like
this.
Miitomo, but a little
It's
more
like,
in depth.
oh, oh,
And,
what I could put things on them or
And
in
like
them.
it'd be like the Pokemon Go, it'd be like AR with your waifu in
oh
your
my
environment.
god.
Listen, we have enough Forever Alone pictures. We don't need any more of those. Because that's all those would be. It'd be that dude in his car with his arms stretched out to the passenger seat, and it'd be a picture of like fucking Lucino on the side, and be like Forever Alone 21, 3D pig, 3D girls are disgusting, 2D all the way. It'd be some It's sad. It's sad.
And then you have your children's in the back of the car.
Look, I would have the picture, but I just wouldn't share it. That's all
It would
I'm
take
saying.
it would take your image and it would combine with your waifu and make a
God
child
damn.
that resembles both of you.
Terminator, I feel like you've been thinking about this way more than I have.
I'm just thinking of it on top of my head right now. So
I tell you what, that's
He
not
says
bad
this-
though.
He says
Robert's
this
interested.
yeah, he says that as the lotion is coming closer and closer to his hand.
He wants nothing to do with this conversation. Either that or got struck by lightning.
He's like, I ain't got time for this shit, man.
All right, so final Pokemon Go question. How far would you go to get, let's say, your favorite Pokemon from your favorite gen, like, into what kind of neighborhood, or how far would you drive? Like, what do you think you're willing to do to get your number one Pokemon?
I walk like a couple blocks. I walk to GameStop, which is about I want to say like 12 blocks for me. So like 24, back and forth. I have no desire to go across states. And
You want to get on the subway and go downtown or something?
I think it'd be a cool adventure for a day.
I have to go with. To me, I'd probably be more inclined to do it with friends. By myself, it's got to be one of those things where it shows up on my phone saying it's nearby, and I'd be like, "Fuck, I guess I'm going on a trip." That's how. That's how that got me yesterday. I wasn't looking for any Pokemon yesterday. I was like, "Well, I wonder what's in the area."
Yeah, that's why. I had a little incline or whatever you have.
Inkling? How did you not think of that word? How did you not think of the word?
Because basically while I was walking down towards my house, there was a Pokestop to the left and right of me, so I did a little curves and turns to get to some Pokestops. I'll do little things like that, but if I see it like 10 blocks away, I'm not going to bother. For me.
Yeah, it's got to be like a mild incentive where it's like you can see it, it's like real close to you, because like that's how it was. Like the church I went to that I met the guy at was across the street out of my neighborhood, and I wasn't gonna go, and then I looked on my thing and it said, "Oh, I can catch a fucking Godine or a Poliwag," and I'm like,
see, how do you know it says that? How does that work?
Like where where it shows the 3 Pokemon at the bottom right, like the Pokemon that are nearby.
Oh, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you click it, it'll show you every Pokemon that's in that
nearby,
area.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, and see that to me that's an inkling where I'm like,
okay,
well, it's in the air. Fuck it, let me go.
Yeah.
But I have to see it. Like it's not gonna be like one of those things where I just drive for 3 hours and I'm like.
Well, because when those like leaf sort of things, what I'm talking about, when there's like kind of leaf sort of things.
Yeah, it's like the rustling of grass. Anyway.
So those are Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, they're inside houses and stuff. How are you supposed to?
I know. I was so mad. This shit happened to me.
That's what I don't get though. It's like, what is someone gonna break into someone's house? I got a Bulbasaur.
I got a Bulbasaur here. I sound like a little black creature.
You should have heard him on Saturday night.
Cocaine dealer.
Robert was doing that, like pulling those kinds of weird phrases. Saturday night we're playing Smash, and he's just like, I love Rob. He's just a cute robot.
He is cute though. Rob is adorable.
The Duck Hunt dog. He's just so in love with the Duck Hunt dog. It seemed like every match it just was an awe.
Look at his face. Look at his smile.
Look at his face. And, his animation when walking it's amazing.
Start a petition to get that guy a game.
I totally understand the cute video game characters things. Yeah, no, I
He's
understand.
great. He's
Yeah,
great.
I totally get it.
We're in the middle of a heated battle. He beats us once again, and he's just like, Rob, he's so cute.
It is.
And what
That
made it worse,
impersonation is great.
it made it worse that Rob would lose a life early in the match. Like, oh man, I'm not gonna win. Then what happens?
Yeah, he wins.
Oh, he beats us.
Well, because I was down by a stock, and they would have both 3 stocks, and I have like 170 damage.
And then
I
you
was
just
still
start
alive.
up tilting like an asshole.
And then I win.
I guess I'm gonna just smash you in the air, you piece of shit. Yeah, it's great, Robert.
We had some good laughs thanks to Robert and his high energy throughout until 3:30 in the morning, still going strong.
Red made bad life choices sometimes.
Yeah, Red Knight tried joining us at like 11 or something, and then he came back on about 2:30. You guys still on? Yep. We had a hangout going, so we were talking the whole time.
That voice chat, Nintendo.
Mm-hmm. Who needs voice chat?
Exactly.
So it was fun. I know Shelfie, she only plays offline Smash because she's got excuses.
I'll play online. I'm bad, but sure, I'll play you guys.
You can't be worse than Juice.
Damn, what Juice is
I
it?
could
God,
be.
damn.
I mean, I don't know. I main Toon Link, so I'm a fluttery lightweight.
Link,
She's a spammer.
We're used to Link because Red Knight uses Link and he's a cheating bitch.
Is he a projectiles whore?
He projectiles and then the up smash because it catches the 3.
Fucking, he gets so salty after losing to him because he should be like,
Stop it then.
I have fun, and I played for 2 hours straight against CPU level 9 Cloud, and I only won once in 2 hours, so
Damn.
I'm resilient. I don't give up, but I have fun playing winning or losing, even though the CPU's pretty cheap. But he's right there. He can run and grab you like as good as a level 9 CPU.
That's
look at his salt. Look at his salt right now.
I give credit to myself. The one thing I give credit to myself is that I feel like I'm kind of good at grabbing and dodging.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm pretty good at that.
The 2 things that annoy the shit out of me.
But, yeah, good talk. We'll keep Pokemon Go in the discussions for weeks to come and see how the changes are and see if people
How
are
it's
still.
going.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. Come on, man.
So yeah, we'll check in from time to time, see how it's progressing and the updates and all that. So let's get to some questions, and I see some question marks here. So we got actually some questions. I know.
Statements that have a question mark at the end.
Yeah, it could be.
Where you are.
So let's see. Speaking of Pokemon Go, Atticus, how salty are some Nintendo haters after how well Pokemon Go has turned out? Or do you think they will say that it's Game Freak and not Nintendo just to discredit it?
No, what I heard, and if I may use Shaw Troll's voice for a minute, what I heard was, it takes a mobile game for Nintendo to be relevant.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. That's exactly
That's
what
I hear a lot of, so you can't win, man. Nintendo can't win.
Like earlier I pointed out the DS, the Wii, Amiibo, they've found huge success in lots of different places. They're definitely just salty, and they're probably playing it on their phone as they say that.
Yeah.
Let's see here. This is from Chariot Goblin. Could you see Nintendo turning the Virtual Console into a cloud streaming service similar to PlayStation Now?
I don't want that.
I don't want that, man. Don't do that.
Like, that's what pisses me off about PlayStation Now is that, like, let me download the damn PS1, PS2 game. What the hell? It's stupid.
I would like
Steam.
something where you could purchase it once, though, and not have to buy it again on a different device, the same exact game. That would be a huge. I don't want the streaming service myself.
Me neither.
Yeah, essentially you want cross-buy.
That's nickel and diamond, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then once you stop paying, then they're gone. So.
Gone. So what you paying for?
Same thing with like how the PS Plus, how you get those free games. They're really not free because if it expires, you can't play those games anymore.
Right. Even those games are gone.
Well, on the other side,
really?
Xbox, when you download them, they're actually free. Like you get them. Like
they're yours.
Wait,
Yeah, they're
wait. So,
yours.
so, so that's still a thing for PlayStation 4, where if you buy
Yep.
the game,
Mm-hmm.
And you don't play.
so even if you cancel PlayStation Plus, then you just lose the game.
You cancel
Yeah.
that game, son.
Yeah.
What?
You cancel those free
It's
downloads.
annoying.
I didn't
It's
know that.
annoying. Mhm.
Wow.
Which I recommend everyone to play Stick It to the Man. That's a great game. Random, but I just needed to say
You
that.
can't
It's
stick it to
great.
the man playing on PS now. That's for sure.
I
The man
actually
is
thought
committed.
that was on the Wii U when I heard it. I was like, wait,
It
isn't
is.
that on
It is on
It's
Wii
on
U.
Wii U. Yeah.
It is
Yeah.
on Wii U. And it's
Okay,
a
that's what I thought. I was like, wait a
fantastic
minute.
game.
Yeah, I have it.
My friend played it on PlayStation Now on his PS4 like a year ago.
I love it. It's such a good game.
All right, so Shelfie, I'm going to ask you this question. I have no idea what he's saying, so hopefully you do. This is from
Okay.
Atticus again. What's that about Omega Ruby? You better not talk crap about Oris because Hoenn, my favorite region.
What is he talking about hose for?
I feel like that was more directed towards Robert because he said that was like one of the only games he played.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and it's a good game. I don't understand.
I'm about to
You
say,
know what was hitting on it
Hoenn
was
is my
the fact
favorite
that-
region. I want to hear that shit.
It's just the fact that was his like first Pokemon game.
Yeah.
All right.
We were like, whoa, that's the first one. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
think we were
considering
hating
it was
on it.
considering it was a
I
game
just-
that came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I didn't put that together. I thought it was just a true blue Pokemon question that I had no idea what it meant.
Oh no.
Let's see. And Dr. Feelgood says that Xbox 360 allows you to keep the games even without gold. I don't
Yep,
know.
that's
Well,
what I was
no.
just saying. So yeah.
All right. Oh, this is a good one. What are your thoughts on Nintendo's stocks, both in Japan and the United States, gain as much as 25%?
It's great.
Like-
it's great.
That's what the shareholders wanted. They want
I like it.
to know that there's going to be the steady income, and it just goes to show that you can never count Nintendo out because they seem to always know a way to come back.
They listen to the money. You know, you make all the videos you want to, crying about. Just hit them in the wallets. That's where
True.
if you want stuff to change or whatever, that's where you got to do it. So
Yeah, and not buying a Wii U, obviously.
not like that. Yeah, we talked about that earlier.
Yeah, that sent a message, but I don't know if the message is as clear as buying a good game that they put out and letting them know that this is what we like, this is what people want. So I mean, there is some merit to the Wii U sales leading to them making changes, and which is probably why we have Pokemon Go. I don't think we would have it if the Wii U was a good success. Let's see. This one's kind of weird because I don't feel this at all. Brownie asks, what games do you clear multiple times? Would you play blindfolded?
I can't play
I
any
guess that's
games
because that
blindfolded.
one guy beat a game completely blindfolded
Yeah,
recently.
it was like Punch Out.
But that was like the only game he played. So
Yeah, I'm not. There's too many games to just focus on one, and I rarely. There's not too many games I beat multiple times. Blindfolded, I don't have that dedication to a
It's
game.
not fun.
Yeah.
like I mean, I've beaten Galaxy like 20 times, and I can't do that blindfolded. There's no way.
Yeah, it's muscle memory, it's like mental muscle memory and stuff.
But I feel like
You have to
On a
really
3D game.
yeah, 3D game that'd be way tougher. I feel like the best one would be like a 2D game
Yeah,
at least.
I don't know how you do it on a 3D game. But,
You
I mean, there
wouldn't.
have been, like, blind or legally blind people that have played
Yep.
Ocarina of Time and stuff like that.
Mhm.
So it happens, but, again, you have to have that impairment to where you have to have that focus.
Where you
know,
kind of
so-
have to. You're like
Yeah.
forced to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm thinking like rhythm games in terms of like playing things blindfolded because like
Yeah.
if you memorize like which buttons to press or what to do in the rhythm game, I guess you could theoretically do that.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think everyone could play Rhythm Heaven blindfolded because all you have to do is press one button. But like that's really
Certain
it.
games have multiple buttons.
Well, I think you could play the Order 1886 blindfolded.
Oh God.
Yeah, you can. That trash.
And you can get the best thing about it, which is the graphics.
Yeah, that's a good point. But yeah, seeing that gameplay, it's like you could play that pretty easily blindfolded. Let's see.
Don't be racist against my games.
Oh God.
That I still can't believe that he went there with that. Out of all the games, to say he got unjustly criticized, and then to throw in racism is.
You are a corporate shill at that point. I mean, it's just come on.
So Tony Coran says, and it's kind of a question: isn't it borderline stupid that a PlayStation enthusiast editor wanted Pokemon Go to be a PS4 and Xbox One, or to be on PS4 and Xbox One, and he put
Well,
face
like
palms.
carry it
Why?
around.
So
Well, like,
PlayStation
carry it around?
enthusiasts must be like Nintendo enthusiasts, because I know they.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
different
like the
branches.
sister website or whatever.
so apparently somebody on there is saying they want Pokemon Go to be on their PS4. Why? You got a cell phone. Like, why does it have to be?
Well, yeah, it's called Pokemon Go. It's not
You
Pokemon
can't go
Stay
anywhere
Home.
with a damn PS4.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense.
That is that dude should be probably examined for. I mean, that low of
I would hope he's
IQ.
kidding. I would hope he's kidding. I hope
Yeah, I would hope so.
will poach.
It makes no sense to because of the nature of the game, but the fact that it's a mobile game and you already can have it, it makes even less sense.
If you would have said something like the Vita or something, which
Yeah, like the
would
Vita.
still be
at
laughable as
least.
hell. But
Yeah, so that would be to me. That's almost a worse joke.
Yeah, so it can get another 10 million downloads on top of the hundreds of millions it can get on. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, this is a good one from Ms. T because he recently made a video. What is it with this Miyamoto hate? These new Nintendo quote-unquote fans, either they need to chill or get cut off from the internet for 3 months.
I wish I can bring up the quote somebody left on my channel real quick, but I'm going to try to paraphrase it. He said, I think it was Harmon Smith. Shout out to him. I hope I got his name right. He said basically, Iwata's dead. Aonuma just made Breath of the Wild, so Miyamoto's an easy target, basically,
Yeah.
for the hate, because it doesn't make sense. Like, I've seen people. What's bothered me, you can complain about Star Fox or whatever nonsense, but what's bothered me is people been going back like decades, talking about like Star Fox Adventures, and he said this about this game, so they took this out. So they're retroactively trying to make him like be a bad thing for Nintendo over the last couple decades, and I'm just like, that's nonsense. Just stop with that. I don't know where it's coming from, why it's happening, boredom. I don't know, and I think Harmon Smith might be right. It's just like he's an easy target at this point, and that's why people are talking about him.
Yeah, I think Red Knight he'd be pretty getting fired up right now if he was here answering that question.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Talking about.
Oh yeah, we'd be here for like another hour and a half.
Talk about how he made the decision for Splatoon not to have Mario characters.
Right.
He had more examples. I can't remember them all. And he just gives advice and has some inputs on a bunch of different games. And then he worked, mostly on Pikmin 3 and
He's
Star
like a
Fox.
supervisor, basically.
Yeah, at this point. And I know OJ, he made a video about Miyamoto maybe not understanding the modern gamers and modern games, which I don't even understand modern gamers.
I say F the modern gamer.
Yeah.
Like, I'm glad, like, there's so many other people and developers and companies out there doing the same crap. I applaud a guy that's like, nope, I still want people to play together. Like, that to me is valuable. So I like that. You have everybody else out there doing that, all that's other crap, that same thing that everybody else does. And can we have at least one guy who does something different? Is there something wrong with that? Like, talk about droneism. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean, Miyamoto doesn't need to be making first-person online shooter, and yeah, I mean, we talked about how Star Fox could benefit. I think last week.
Online multiplayer. I'm with you on that. I wanted Star Fox from the beginning to have online multiplayer. I'm not talking about that. I just meant like, the mode where you get to play. He said something about wanting people to play with their sons and all that kind of stuff. Like, what's wrong with that? Why is that a problem? Like, I don't understand this elitism in gaming, if you will. That
but T,
me and my son like to play games together. Like, we do that. So I don't know what this like it's so closed-minded. It's like, well, I'm a gamer I'm all alone in my room, and that's
all
how
my
I play
friends
games.
moved away.
All my friends moved away. I don't know anybody in the real world anymore. So, like, I do. Like, I still find value in that. So,
there's plenty of people with siblings and are younger that can still benefit from couch co-op and couch.
Stop being so damn selfish.
Yeah, I mean, if you can have both, it's great. If you have online and, but like 8-player Smash, like there's nothing better than that with everybody in the same room.
Yep.
And just having a blast.
It's a magical thing.
It is. It's amazing. Shelfie, you have a little younger brother, don't you?
Yeah.
You guys ever play together?
Sometimes, yeah. We played a lot of Mario Kart together 2 summers ago, so we should do that again. We still play Double Dash together, like, all the time. I have my friends over sometimes to play Smash. It was great. What was it? We did one where, you guys would like this, actually, where everyone had to pick Rob, and those who didn't got harassed endlessly.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Rob is the man.
I tried beating Rob with Rob. And I wasn't as effective.
That was hilarious because we were just playing.
It's all being good at the game.
He's
That's
the red Rob, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh damn!"
And Rob, you did kill yourself because you thought you were me.
Yeah.
It did work, but
But I still won though that game.
I used to be pretty effective.
I still beat you.
I played as him, when the game first came out, and was playing with a different group of people, and I was actually doing pretty good with Rob for a while. Then I just kind of ASAP Rel actually. He was pretty grab happy with Rob and turned me off to Rob, and we had to stop playing together because him and I had just 2 different viewpoints on how Smash should be played. And
AKA Juice got salty.
It drove me nuts. Like you think Robert grabbed a lot, like he was OJ like grabbed like constantly, and I couldn't handle it, so I was calling him out, and I was getting salty. He was getting a little mad, and we just agreed to not play against each other anymore, and it was a good decision. We've both been happier.
Jesus.
But we got one more question here, and it's from Edicus. Speaking of making things successful, do you think Star Fox will get another game after Zero? Miyamoto at least seems interested in pushing that series.
I say yes, because we still have millions of years from now to go. So
yeah, but Miyamoto's lifetime, I don't know.
It probably had to be a third party.
Yeah, I don't.
Like a third party would have to approach them, being like, "Well, we kind of want to make a Star Fox game. We have an idea," and then Miyamoto had to sign off on it. But I don't think Miyamoto himself is going to make it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect to see another one for a long time, if ever, which is sad, but...
Wow.
Just like F-Zero. Oh, made me so sad.
I know T would like to answer this question, but he's muted, so give him a second.
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. I think you already talked about this early in the podcast, but do you think, there's a chance we'll see another Star Fox after Zero? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be a while. I think maybe, if we're lucky, mid-generation, NX generation, towards the end, perhaps. It depends on, NX, what it's about. I think if has something really cool that Star Fox can utilize, I think they might do something earlier. So we'll see.
Yeah, and if the NX is a big success, then obviously they're gonna probably have some of their main franchises out pretty quickly in the first couple years. They would definitely need to go to their B and C franchises to fill out a lineup. So I mean that could potentially happen. I'd wonder if they would go back to more traditional Star Fox or try something even more different with the next one. It'd be interesting to see. That's many years from now. So if we're still doing these podcasts, in 4 years, maybe we'll talk about Star Fox again.
Yep, Star Fox 1. Maybe they'll call it that.
Oh, God.
All right, so that's all the questions and comments. So I guess we'll do final thoughts, and we'll wrap this baby up. So let's start with Ms. T.
All right, fools. Great podcast. We're wrapping up, right?
Yep.
It's like I had to go.
I kind of have heard you, but I wasn't sure. Great podcast as always. Thanks, Shelby, for joining us again. We always enjoy you coming on.
Thanks
Giving
for
us a different
having me.
perspective. Awesome. And yeah, that's it for me. I'll see you guys next time. I'll be back and at home without all the thunderstorms going on out here. And as always, play Nintendo Fools.
Yes, and just a reminder, Ms. T, need that top 20 Wii U games list before next podcast.
All right, I got that.
Got to turn in that homework. So, Robert, final thoughts.
So I gotta finish Paper Mario. I'm super close. I mean, not super close. I'm just slow at that game, but it's a ton of fun, and I can't wait till PlayStation VR releases, and I'm gonna buy that. I will be buying that, and yeah, playing video games and stuff. So bye bye.
Oh God.
Work on that slogan a little bit.
Oh my Lord.
Maybe we could use a revision there. Terrell, what's your final thoughts?
I like Pokemon.
Really?
Yes.
What do you like more, Pokemon or waifus?
I like. Fuck you. I like both.
Yeah, I was say don't make him choose.
It was
Do
like,
you
I
want,
always-
wait, let me ask you, Terrell. Do you want a Pokemon to become your waifu?
There are a few that people already picked, but we're not gonna get into that because
Oh, really?
yeah, we're not. Listen, you know what?
Gardevoir.
Yeah. See, she
What
already
do they have,
knows.
more humanoid Pokemon? I've never seen.
Yeah, Gardevoir is more human. I know
Really?
Lopunny. Yeah, Lopunny gets a lot of likes for maybe the
Whoa.
wrong reason.
Now I know where the freak comes from, the insane game freak.
No, the Game Freak comes from the Pokemon love. That's where it comes
I
from.
know, but
I know.
I think you're
Oh,
taking
I
the freak a
didn't think
little too
about
far.
Robert, did you just get it?
Yeah, well, I thought it was because you're insane for games, and you're a freak for that. I don't know.
All right, look. Anyways, good podcast. Nice having the girl's perspective once again. We need to have her on more often, Juice.
Hey,
Fix that.
I told her anytime.
Oh, okay. I just wasn't.
Anytime, just tell me. You tell me.
All right, so obviously when we have something I know that you're super into, like Pokemon and stuff like that, it's no brainers. But any other time, if you ever see like me post a topic a day in advance, and he's like, hey, I would really like to talk about that or something, that always helps. Dr. Feelgood wants to be on the 100th episode next week, so I told him if he can be there, he's going to be on there. So.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, sometimes I need a little nudge. I kind of get stuck with the usual group.
Because we're so cool, right?
Yeah,
Because we're hip.
We're
that's it.
happening, folks.
That's certainly it. But
That was a beautiful moment. That was a beautiful
Motley
moment.
Crue.
That was art.
I think
But-
it's awesome that Ms. T likes Motley Crue. I don't know. That's cool.
Motley Crue, man. I got to see that final concert. I'm so happy.
Yeah, their fourth final concert
Yeah.
tour. So, Shelfie, any final thoughts, final words you want to throw at the Juice to Loose audience? Now's your chance.
Well, thank you for having me again, and it was really cool to talk Pokemon Go with a bunch of people. I'm hoping to meet some people playing Pokemon Go, except I'm going to have to not be nervous. So,
Well, it's
That's
probably a little bit easier for an attractive woman such as yourself versus Robert or myself.
We'll
I'm pretty attractive.
So confidence. But I'm sure you'll be meeting plenty of people, and you probably won't even have to try. So,
I just hope they're on the same team as me.
what's the team? What team is that?
It's like red, yellow, and blue.
I'm
I'm
red. I'm red.
I'll
You
be
are
blue.
a degenerate.
I'll be blue all the way.
Everyone on red I've heard is just acting like a degenerate, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Well,
I'm
I
on
don't-
yellow.
Listen, I saw the red looked. I don't know why I picked red because they
You're
said
part of
they
the
have,
problem, Rob.
they
You're
have
part of the
powerful
problem.
Pokemon, and I'm like, well, I need powerful Pokemon, so I took the red side.
I'm so disappointed in you, Robert.
I was like, the dark side.
Oh my God.
I totally picked blue. I don't know what the traits of the blue team are, but
I don't either, but that's what I'm going with because that's my
They
favorite
swim.
color.
so what's I'm guessing Shelfie's yellow.
I'm yellow. I like
Oh.
Zapdos, and I like what they said. They said we research on why Pokemon hatch.
Yeah, I
Hashtag
saw that. And I was like,
trust your instincts. Hell yeah.
All right, so anything you want to promote? You got any videos coming up, or you don't seem to upload too many these days, but
I need to upload more, but there's a lot going on in my life right now. But I have 2 planned, I guess, ish. So we'll see.
and what about
My
your
channel is Shelfie and Co.
what about your cosplay? I know you were thinking about starting that up. Have you taken that any further?
Oh yeah. I think I've decided on Little Mac as my next one. So.
Really?
Oh,
pretty
I'll
cool.
look
Yeah.
forward to
Pretty
that.
cool.
I'm looking forward to that.
Of course you are, Troy.
Yeah. So I'm.
What do you mean? What is that? Who's that supposed to be?
You like Little Mac for
Yeah,
one.
you play that a lot, Little Mac.
I like Little Mac as a character, so of course I want to see cosplays. Actually, I've never seen a girl cosplay as him, so that'd be interesting.
Yeah, what are you gonna do for the hair?
You gotta
Um,
draw a 6-pack in your stomach.
How do you know she doesn't have one?
Yeah. How do you know I don't have one?
Oh, maybe you do. I don't know.
You're gonna go with the black spiky
Yeah, I'm
hair.
gonna try and get a black wig. So.
Mhm.
Style
Yeah,
it
that-
all nice.
Definitely, you could make a video out of that. I think people would check that out
Definitely.
because that's
Yeah.
definitely I've never seen a female Little Mac ever. So
I wanted to do Little Mac, but I'm a skinny man. Listen, I have a developing 6-pack. People, watch. One day I'm a Google plow Little Mac.
Oh
I
my
wonder if
God!
somebody just tuned in just right at that moment what they thought.
Wow.
I just stop. I'm tired. And I don't have anything left for that.
All right, so yeah, good cast, and maybe I'll try Pokemon Go. Maybe I can get talked into it.
It's
don't know.
free, man.
Maybe you'll get
What's
addicted.
the big issue, man? It's free.
I'm just curious to see how populated they are in my town, in my area, and it'd be curious. There is a pretty big church down the road, and it's not vacant, so. I'd like to
Go talk to Jesus and catch
Mhm.
yourself a Pikachu.
But we'll see. But next week, just want to tell everybody the big 100th episode of The Juice is Loose, and depending on Robert, it might be on a Tuesday instead of a Monday. And I also might do a Mario Kart 8 tournament in honor of the 100th episode. So
Oh yeah.
I'll have to flesh out the details. Could be fun. I think we'd have a decent turnout for that. But yeah, it's gonna be an extravaganza of the top 15 Wii U games of all time, according to about 9 or 10 people I'm going to get a list from, and there's a points-based system from 1 to 20 based on where they put the game, and then going to add up all the points from everybody for each game and get a top 15. Hopefully Robert understands now, because I know we had a little problem. He didn't understand how it was going to work.
He's young, man. Come on.
No, well, I don't know. I'm slow sometimes.
So yeah, basically the whole podcast is going to, unless there's some major news or something, it's just going to start at 15. I'm going to reveal the 15th game, and we're going to have a quick discussion about it, some memories of the game, and then go on all the way up to 1. And I'm going to be the only one who knows the final top 15 before we go on air. So it should be fun, and it is quite the accomplishment that still doing this 100 episodes later, and still having probably more fun than ever before. So I want to thank the audience first and foremost for tuning in and submitting questions and commenting on the YouTube when it uploads, and then the real stars of the show, that's my guests. Definitely couldn't do it without you guys, and I don't think I'd have more than 100 subs without you guys, because Mr. Monotone over here isn't the entertaining people like all you guys. I think together make it a special show, and I feel it's the best Nintendo podcast on the internet. So I can say that thanks to you guys. Not really nothing to do with me. So yeah, that's gonna be it, and I'll keep everybody up to date on Google Plus on the date of the podcast. More than likely, it's gonna be next Tuesday. But if it can be on Monday, we'll keep it to keep the tradition of having it on Monday. So, but yeah, great discussion, and we'll see you next week for the big 100th episode.